Hey everybody, I'm the Rusty Mechanic, and I'm back again this month with another raffle for Kennedy's Village, trying to help those guys out as they try to bridge the gap between research and care for sickle cell disease. I've got to tell you, I'm absolutely blown away this month. I never thought that with the community and the communication and the word of mouth and everything else that we would get this many entries, but we have 363 entries this month, which is absolutely astounding to me. I think my target originally was if we get over 250 entries, I was going to give away all four figures. So we've absolutely blown that out of the water. We'll get to the donation and everything at the end of all of this. But of course, what you guys are here for is that draw that we will be doing momentarily. I'm going to give a quick shout out here to my other half, my better half, if you will. Boom Boom Betty is in the house with me today. Say hello, Betty.
Hi, everybody.
So because there's so many of you, and last month this took about an hour to do about 150 people. I can't even remember how many people it was last month. So we've obviously gone way over that, double that. So this might take a little bit longer, and I didn't want to be distracted by trying to click on stuff while I was talking about things. So Betty is going to be helping me out with the clicking of the circle and eliminating all of you guys from the circle as we go through this to figure out who the big winner is at the end of it all. So strap in. This could take a while, but I hope to keep you guys entertained at the same time while I'm doing this. If anything does go horribly wrong with this, I blame Betty. Anyway, so I'm going to wear that later. I can hear her laughing in the other room already. So anyway, again, thank you very much, guys, for this super awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. So there's the wheel of names. There's the entries. Can't really see it because the window's kind of small, but it is 363 entries. We have Anthony Brown. We have Better Dog. I will tell you that Better Dog is actually our trainer. We rescue dogs, and he's the trainer that we hired to help us with one of our rescues. His name is Joey. He's a bit of a problematic dog. He's very reactive to other dogs. He's actually gotten into fights with one of our other dogs, and Joe at Better Dog has come in and helped us out, and he has reciprocated.
John.
John. I keep calling him Joe. Thank you, Betty. Thank you. So it's my fault. Anyway, John from Better Dog, thank you very much. I don't even know if he's a Transformers fan or not, or a collector. He's just helping out this organization, Kennedy's Village. So John, thank you very much. We have Dennis Hirth. We have Dr. Diecast, aka Sanjay, who, shout out to him, by the way. He did help promote this on the Transformers exclusives something and customs, damn it, I can't remember, ERC. Sorry, Sanjay, thank you very much for promoting this on your Facebook page. Who else we got? We got E Ramos, I think that's Esteban. I am Jeremy, aka Jeremy B from the Realm of Collectors. Jedi Mindset is in here again this month. Joe Spraggan, massive shout out to Joe, because as you see, Betty is scrolling right now, and Joe has 100 entries in for this month. So Joe is literally almost a third of all the entries here. Margarita Bill is in again. He was our big winner last month. He won the Magic Square Heavy Gunner, aka Brawl. So he's in this again. I think he's probably trying to get Swindle. We've got Matt Hurd. We've got Michael Mancini. Who else we got? Pake for Life. Thank you, Pake for Life. One of the big reviewers out there in the community. He jumped in with some entries. Paxton Westergaard, Phoenix, Steve Piccone. I think that's it. No, Steven7X and Treyfi again is in this month. Betty, go ahead and shuffle this up. And go ahead and spin that wheel. Let's get that going while I keep talking about this. And as I said, we're doing this as an elimination raffle. So as your name comes up, you will be eliminated from the raffle until we get down to the final name, which would be the big winner. Now, a bit of a switch on this. I am going to allow the winner to take all four figures if you want, or you have the option of taking 1, 2, or 3 figures and leaving something behind for the runners up. Any figure that you leave behind, I'll put 5 free entries into next month's raffle for you. So there's some incentive there for you to share with everybody else that's in on this draw. It's entirely up to you. You want to be greedy and take all 4. If I was you, I would take all 4 figures, but you can take what you want, leave some stuff behind for somebody else, get some more entries into next month's draw for free for you. Just to remind everybody what's at stake, we do have the Newage Romulus here, so that's 1 figure. We have, again, from last month, this is Magic Square Swindle, as I said. This was won by Scott Marble last month, but he has graciously donated it back into the raffle, so it's up for grabs again. I have DX9 Red Storm, which I don't actually have in hand yet. It is still on its way. It was a pre-order. I thought I would have it by now, but it hasn't shown up, hasn't come in, but it is on its way. And the 4th one is another donation from Scott Marble as well. Again, one of my co-hosts from the Do You Even Transform Bro podcast. And he has also donated an MPU-01 Thrust, which was that third-party company that did a cone head, the Thrust version, kind of based off the MP52 Starscream scale. Sorry, not scale, the MP52 figure. So that's in there as well as the 4th figure. So those are your 4 figures that are up for grab today. And Betty, how are we doing over there on the wheel? Everything's running nice and smooth?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. All right. So we're going to see Joe's name a lot, I'm sure. Again, he's in for 100 entries, but whatever. So I do want to talk about a few things. So I'm poking around on the internet the last couple of weeks. There's I'm not sure that there's a whole bunch to talk about. We seem to be in some kind of a lull with the Transformers collecting community, right? There's not a lot of new releases that are coming out. The New York Toy Fair did just happened yesterday, or is happening right now. There was a couple of interesting reveals. I think I'm going to go a little outside of Transformers and talk about the Loyal Subjects toy company. They're releasing mask figures and vehicles. I guess the vehicles more so, right? And then the figures are coming with the vehicles, right, of the characters that drove the particular vehicles. But I didn't even realize this, and I don't know why, but it's the 40th anniversary of when Mask was released, right? So Mask came out in North America in 1985, along with the toys, a similar story to what we had with Transformers in 84. So this company, Loyal Subjects, has decided to basically re-release slightly re-engineered versions, or I guess more modern engineered versions of those toys from back in our childhood, and they are going to be releasing and forgive me, I don't remember the character names, the drivers of the vehicles. I only remember, oddly enough, the vehicle names. But there was Condor, which was the motorcycle / helicopter. So they are releasing that. They are releasing the Thunderhawk, which was the car, the Switchblade, which was the jet from the bad guy team, which the name is now eluding me. But by all means, in the chat or in the comments afterwards, remind me what it was. And then, of course, the big one is the truck, the semi-truck, the Rhino, which has a similar style to movie Optimus Prime, that style of truck. So they're releasing all 4 of those. They did announce at Toy Fair that I guess BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store, is going to have them for pre-order starting on, just double checking my notes, July 1st. So you'll be able to check those out and pre-order them there. I'm sure other retailers in North America that will have them as well as they get released. But that is what they announced specifically, is that they're going to be with BBTS. Price points are actually really good. Like the motorcycle is going for $30. The Condor, the Thunderhawk car is going for $50. The Switchblade jet is going for $75, and the Rhino truck is going for $100, all US. So those are actually pretty decent price points for, fairly detailed. Like they look like they're pretty decent quality stuff, vehicles, toys, if you will. And given the way things are going these days, like everything seems to be so expensive, that these are actually they're fairly affordable. And the articulation's been upgraded on the figures, right? So they've got multiple points of articulation now with ball joints in the shoulders and the knees and the the elbows and that sort of stuff. So the articulation's been upgraded on the figures. The details on the mask look really, really good, and they all have those effects that we had from the toys. So again, they're literally taking the mold and the engineering of the original toy. They've done some upgrades to it, but all of the stuff that we remember is there. Like the Thunderhawk car is going to have the bomb dropping gimmick, where you can put the 2 bombs underneath the car, right? Push a button and it'll actually drop the bombs. The Switchblade helicopter jet is actually going to have a lever so that you can actually spin the rotors of the helicopter mode. They're all going to come with blast effects, which is always really, really nice when we're displaying them on our shelves, where we can get that action pose, if you will. So they're all going to come with these blast effects as well. So some very interesting stuff with these loyal subjects coming out with these, and the details that they are throwing into it. So it'll be interesting to see from other reviewers. I don't think I'll be getting them, but I just thought it was worth mentioning because it is a transforming toy, if you will. Something very similar to what we had with the Transformers. So it'll just be interesting to see those come out and see people's reactions as they actually get them in hand. Betty, what are we down to for entries?
We have eliminated 32 entries so far.
Only 32?
Only 32. I can click faster.
Just click faster. Whatever the website will let you do, click faster. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to drag this out for. There's Joe again. Okay. What else have we got going on? So there was also some YOLO Park reveals, which I got super excited about. Because I do have some YOLO Park figures in behind me there. It is the AMK Pro stuff. All of it is G1 related. But when I first saw the pictures yesterday, they were announcing YOLO Park Generation 1 or G1. And the first thing I saw was Bumblebee. And I got super excited because I was like, okay, finally they're doing Bumblebee. They're going to do an AMK Pro. And then I looked a little closer and it's not the AMK Pro. It's just the AMK. Which is the line below the AMK Pro, obviously. But they are releasing Bumblebee, Optimus, Megatron, and Starscream, right? So for the primary characters that we all grew up with. Details on them look really good. They look decently cartoon accurate. I'm sure they're going to be a lot of fun, right? The YOLO Park ones I have enjoyed actually, building those models together, even though they don't transform. It's fun putting them together. They do look good on your shelf. So that was something I was kind of excited to see as well. Maybe a little too excited because I misunderstood what I was reading, but whatever. The other Tetra Nova, still can't believe I didn't win that 1,000 sub giveaway. Are you back again? For anybody who doesn't know, Tetra's been bugging me in the comments of my YouTube channel that when I was doing my push to 1,000, that was like a year ago. He was in pretty good. Like he had a lot of comments, and I was asking people to do a comment right in videos to get entries into the draw, and unfortunately he did not win. I know he had a lot of entries in there, and it's just the way it is. You're probably gonna see Tetra, like there's a guy, Joe Spraggin is in here with 100 entries, and he probably will not win either. Unfortunately, that is just the way the universe works. But yeah, it is an elimination draw today, Chartser. So we're running down through the names. It's not a giveaway right away to the first name. I just think it's more entertaining doing it this way, building up some suspense for everybody. So I hope you sit here and enjoy. In the meantime, I'm going to talk about random things. So you can certainly hang out, fill in the chat if you want. So there was also Ages of the Prime got announced a little while ago, and there was some more reveals again at New York Toy Fair. I'm actually I'm not a big chug collector. The Studio Series 86 stuff has kind of piqued my interest. That Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime really took it over the top. I don't know that I'll keep these figures in my collection. I don't know if you can see at the very top there, still got some in the boxes up there that I have taken out and looked at. I don't think I'm going to keep them in my collection. I'll probably sell them off or give them away at some point. But I do like actually buying them and checking them out because the quality is not terrible. They're obviously not masterpiece, but they're fun. The transformations are easy and that sort of thing. So when they announced the Ages of the Prime, I was kind of going, okay, here's another line. But what I do find very interesting as we're getting more and more reveals is they are literally picking the 13 primes out of the Covenant of Primus, right down to the artwork that's in the Covenant of Primus gives us those depictions of, what the 13 primes might look like. And the Covenant of Primus is giving us that aligned continuity that kind of rewrites the lore of Transformers, and almost more for us as adults, right? We're probably looking for a more what's the word I'm looking for? When you grow up, you become. Betty, help me out.
I'm not really listening to you. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Okay. When people grow up, they become more not modern. What's the word I'm looking for?
Mature.
Mature. Thank you. That's why I keep you around.
And
as we get more mature, right? I think we're looking for more solid storylines, and the Covenant of Primus and Transformers 1, right? The cartoon movie. I think they're giving us that, and even though they're bringing in the next generation of collectors, fans, and whatever you want, it's that type of lore and storytelling that can really get people sucked in, and bringing this Ages of Prime toy line in that picks up on that lore that we saw in Transformers 1 that has been written in the Covenant of Primus, and that they're actually pulling these characters right out of this book. When you look at these figures and you look at the artwork that's in the Covenant of Primus, they are exact takes on what is in that book, which is I think very, very interesting, very, very cool. Even to the point that the characters that they're bringing, the artifacts or the weapons that they are being given with the toys are exactly described in the Covenant of Primus. So we've seen Prime, who is the first Prime, is supposed to be based on the stoicness of Primus himself. And he has the Star Saber in the Covenant of Primus. The toy, Primer Prime, comes with the Star Saber. Solus Prime, same thing.
Rusty, we are down to 300 entries.
Oh, 300 entries. Do you want to do a sort and we'll see who we have left?
Sure.
Betty just interrupting me like that. How dare she? Anthony Brown's still in. John is still in from Better Dog. Dennis is still in. Sanjay's still in. Esteban, Jeremy B, Jedi Mindset. Of course, Joe is still in there. That Joe will probably be around until the end. Margarita Bill, Matt Hurd, Michael Mancini, Peg for Life, Phoenix, Steve, yeah, keep going. Trify, I don't think anybody's been eliminated. I could be wrong.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. There was somebody with just 5 entries, and I wonder if he's gone. Anyway, shuffle it up, and let's keep going.
Oh.
Anyway, so Solus Prime, who is basically like the builder of the primes or the creator of the primes, can also be called the destroyer as well. Her artifact is the Forge. I'm just double checking my notes, making sure I'm getting that right. Yes, the Forge. Her Age of the Primes figure comes with the Forge, which looks like a hammer, but it's actually a mystical artifact that helps her to create, modify, destroy based on her powers and her abilities. And now we're seeing that we're getting Onyx. Onyx Prime has a very beast-like form, which I think is probably the prime of the beast machines, if you will. His artifact is what they call the Triptych Mask, which I don't think that you actually see on the figure because it's actually built into his visage or his facade. If you look at the toy, you'll actually see he has a faceplate, but he has like an animal helmet that's overhead, and then right in the middle of his chest, it almost looks like a third face, which is it's more hidden, and that is all described in the Covenant of Primus. And the last one that we got was Onyx. So Onyx is a visionary, a seer, if you will. One of Alpha Trion's closest friends because they were more not warriors as much as they were, social archivists, if you will. And his artifact is the lenses, and you can see in his figure that they've shown. He has these like translucent blue attachments that are on the forearms, but they look like big circles or big lenses, and you can actually put them together, and it looks like a series of lenses that he uses to. His ability, I think, was to be able to like see into the future, into the past, bring a different perspective or viewpoint to things, and that was his role in the Primes. So it's very, very cool to see. That they are taking these this aligned continuity now that they've made TF1, and they've come up with this Age of the Primes toy line that they're not rewriting, they're not starting over again, right? They have taken this lore and they are bringing it forward. And I think the future of Transformers is very, very bright. I remember having a conversation with a couple of people about. It seemed like that was the thing that Transformers has been missing for a while, is that lore. Somebody actually used like the Lord of the Rings as a reference, right? That lore in Lord of the Rings about the rings, the rings of power, the one ring to rule them on, Sauron, Gandalf, all that stuff, right? And you can world build something like that and then drop a story and a set of characters inside of it. And that maybe that's what Transformers has been missing for the last little while, is all this lore, right? The Primes, Primus, Unicron, these artifacts of power, et cetera, et cetera. And then we have a civil war that has broken out underneath all of that, right? And you have all these characters, and we can now use all these characters and the war and move through it and even beyond it. With all of this lore that's just lying there underneath to just bring this story forward. So I'm super excited to see where this all goes, and I'm hoping, like everybody else, right, that we'll get a TF2, maybe we'll get a TV series out of this. It's hard to say, right, because Hasbro announced that they're pulling out of the movies, right? They want to be more into games. They're not going to fund movies anymore. That doesn't mean that Paramount won't just pick it up and move on with it, or even get another backer to pick it up and move on with it. And we'll just have to wait and see how these things evolve. But again, I'm super excited, super hopeful for the future of Transformers. We're just going to have to wait and see where it goes. Interestingly enough, so the HasLab announcement that we had a little while ago, and they announced Leo Kaiser, which I got to tell you, like I didn't even know that this character existed, because it is a Japanese continuity character. It is a combiner. I was not even aware, but a lot of I think us in North America, we were a little disappointed in what is this, or what is HasLab doing. There's other things that we could have had HasLab do, right, as an announcement, as a crowdfunder, but they came up with this instead. What is interesting is that the minute that they opened it up to international shops and stuff, or people, I guess, to do the crowdfunding, I think it was within the first week, the numbers just jumped through the roof, which kind of speaks to the fact that this is obviously a character that was more popular overseas than it was here, right, on the North American side. And I was actually surprised, because I started looking up the character because everyone's talking about it. I didn't realize that it was a 6-character combiner, which means it's the only other 6-character combiner that we ever got, other than the Constructicons. Also, interestingly enough, both the 6-character ones are Decepticons. But anyway, but there's some chatter, I think, about. People started talking about the fact that, why Leo Kaiser? You did Unicron, why not do Primus? Especially on the heels of TF1. And now we get this Ages of the Primes toy line, yet they announced Leo Kaiser on the heels of that. So I wonder if HasLab is actually planning on running the Ages of the Prime toy line for a bit, and then possibly the next HasLab will be Primus. It would make sense that they've done Unicron, they had these Ages of the Prime, and they throw Primus in somewhere in the middle of that toy line run, just to sort of keep the hype going on it. I don't know how often HasLab does this. I think they do it every few months. maybe that's what the next one will be. Maybe we'll actually get a Primus out of these HasLabs, which I think is something that everybody would probably appreciate. And what would a Primus look like from a HasLab? Hopefully it wouldn't be a retool of Unicron. I think that would be a complete injustice, right? But I think that would be super cool if they did a Primus to go with the Ages of the Primes line that they're doing now. We'll just wait and see how we're doing. What else is going on? Oh, I have not. Has anybody been reading these Skybound comics? Because I started to read them and I didn't really pique my interest that much. But I'll tell you, the one that did was the Skybound did. So Skybound is doing an Energon universe, right? Like it's like a combined universe of the Transformers. I think G.I. Joe is coming, but there was another title or storyline or something. I can't remember where they picked it up from. Anyway, there's another series of comics that they've called Void Rivals, and if you haven't read this, it does tie into this Energon universe that they're creating. The combined universe that they're creating. Interestingly enough, I'm going to say Skyfire, because I've always known him as Skyfire, but they are, of course, calling him Jetfire, and that just goes back to, the years and years and years ago of the Robotech controversy. I think Mattel was in there for some reason because they wanted to use the name Jetfire, and they were using the toy that was based on the Robotech line. Of course, Harmony Gold, that had the license at the time for Robotech, jumped in and they were like, you can't use that mold, you can't use that design. And at the time, the cartoon was, of course, coming out, and they were going to introduce Skyfire as Jetfire, but then Mattel jumped in and said that they had a character name for something, and I don't even know where this came from, but they had a name that was similar to Jetfire. So Takara stepped in and went, we've got to go with something else, and they came up with the name Skyfire. Now, you'll see that as we're going along, the name Jetfire is coming back, right? So now, with the Void Rivals comic, they've actually announced a set of figures based on those comics. So we have a Skyfire / Jetfire is a character in this Void Rivals comic, which actually stems around two members of an alien race that are trapped on this planet, the Void, basically, together, but they are enemies. They are lifelong enemies. Their races have been fighting each other for years. Sound familiar? And yet they're trying to figure out how to survive together. Well, they find Skyfire on this planet, and they revive him, and it ties into the Transformers storyline as well, to some degree. So they've released these figures now of Jetfire and the other two characters from that comic as well. So that's interesting to see that the comics are now also spitting out figures for us to collect and enjoy as well. You know what, Steve? I think I got to episode 3 or 4, and I think I was just... I was tired of a retelling of the War on Earth, so I dropped it. But everybody that I talked to, like yourself, they continue to tell me that it's really, really good, and I should probably go back and read it. And I will tell you that I read like the first couple episodes of that Void Rivals comic, and I thought it was good. Like, I thought it was good writing. The artwork was decent. So I might have to jump back in and give them a second chance. I feel like I'm out of the loop on something, right? Because I keep seeing pictures of Optimus with Megatron's arm. Megatron has disappeared. Megatron has come back. He doesn't have his arm. So, I'm kind of going, where is this all going? It is definitely a different retelling. I think I'm just looking for something more along the lines of what I was talking about earlier, right? We have the Covenant of Primus, we have TF1, we have all this lore. Can we not tell a story around that instead of they're fighting on Earth again? That's just my take on it. Betty, how are we doing? What are we down to?
We are down to 237.
Ooh, all right. Let's take a look again at 200 and see where we're at.
Yeah.
Fans Toys has announced they are re-releasing Cesium, which I don't think we ever thought that we would ever see. There were rumors, of course, that they had lost the mold, which we had heard before with other Fans Toys figures from their earlier releases and stuff. In fact, it was when they re-released Swoop and Snarl, I think it was, right? We thought that the Dinobot molds had been lost and they were never going to be released, right? And they said that, you know, we all said, well, they'll never re-release the perfect form versions of the Dinobots again because they were kind of exclusive. They were low in numbers. And I was just recently poking around just to see, right? And some of these perfect form Dinobots are still going for $500, $600, $700+ on eBay. So one of the things I hate about re-releases, especially after a long break like this, is that the collectors, I mean, I've never been a collector that's collected something for the monetary value, right? Like I'm not collecting them and hoping that, you know, one day this will be worth something. I've never been like that, right? I just want to enjoy it for the moment. But I know that there are people out there who do. And when this happens, you just watch the value of those original figures just plummet, right? And I always wonder what people's reactions are when a re-release of something that is really, really old suddenly comes back. You know, do you hate that idea? Are you okay with it? Do you not care? You know, what's your feeling on re-releases, especially for figures that have, you know, been out for a long time and their value has increased, the secondary market has increased the value, they're harder to find. And in particular, when it comes to those limited edition releases or those exclusives and they just decide to re-release it anyway, the thing I'm always scared of is I have a Fans Toys Phoenix X version, right, which there were only 500 of, and I'm always scared that they're going to re-release this figure and just devalue the figure. Again, not that I really care that much, but I could feel other people's anger or anxiety or pain if they did go ahead and re-release that figure again. I think that would be a real travesty. What else have I got? I don't think I have anything else to talk about. And this is taking longer than I thought. It's 30 minutes and we've only gotten rid of
143.
143 people. My God. All right. I just wanted to check. I'm just curious now because I know that there was somebody that only had 5 entries, and I'm wondering if they did get eliminated. We'll just keep that wheel going. What are we down to? 218, so about 20 more and we'll take another look?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm looking for a file, guys. Sorry. Leaning off camera. Oh yeah, no, Steve Piccone was still in there. Paxton was still in there. Iron German. Okay, no, maybe I was wrong. There's only 3 guys that only had 5 entries, but I still saw their names. So I think everybody is still in at this point. We will double check momentarily. By the way, shout out to Anthony Brown for giving 23 entries. What an odd number. I feel like it was a typo. I'll have to check with them later and see. Also had a fun instance with Derek B. Oh my God. Shit. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I gotta double check something. We might have to start this over.
What did you do?
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm gonna need my wrist brace.
Yeah, you're gonna need your wrist brace. Oh my God. Hold on, I gotta double check my list. I think Derek B is missing from the list, and I don't know how that happened because I remember adding him in. No, he's not in the list. Oh my god. We have to do this over. We have to do this over. I think Derek would be okay with... I know Derek's out there just doing it for the donation. You know what? I will put Derek into next month's draw. I'll do it that way. Derek, I'm very sorry. I'm sure you were just doing it as a donation anyway. I will make it up to you somehow. We will put you into next month's draw. Betty, let's just keep going.
Okay.
All right. Oh, no, is right, Bill. All right.
I did a thing.
You did a thing? What did you do?
I did a thing.
Oh, you squished up the browser? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, there we go. We're just readjusting. It's okay, everybody. It's fine. I said it was going to be Betty's fault, and now it's my fault, so... Man. Okay. I'm just going to message Derek right now and let him know. Jeez. So, I forgot to add you into the draw. ... Scrunchy face. Thank God Derek is one of my co-hosts on the Do You Even Transform Bro podcast. Otherwise, this could be a disaster. Mr. Brown, why 23? You put 23 entries in. Was that on purpose? What else are we doing today? Oh, yes. I was going to, just for fun, just to try to kill some time while we're doing this. I thought it'd be fun to look at some stuff that I've got kicking around. Like this guy. This is Newage Oddball. Just a second, guys. I got to adjust my microphone here without making it super awkward. Betty, how do I sound? Am I still okay?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
We are down to 203. If you want to look at this
if
first.
you want to take a look, sure. We can do that.
202, sorry.
202?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look and see who we got. How did I miss... Okay, hold on. I got to make a note here for myself. Add Derek. He put in 30 entries. Everyone's probably fine that Derek is... Oh, February 23rd. Oh, Bill, good guess. Betty, if you just want to bring up Bill's comment and then Anthony. Yeah, so Bill was guessing that his Anthony's birthday was February 3rd, but Anthony actually put his entries in on February 23rd. So I think he's looking at the universe for some luck here, which should be smart. So that's clever. And then Bill said, no way, I was on something. So anyway, sorry, let me just bring myself back here. Okay, what do we got? Okay, so Anthony's still in. Better Dog is still in. Dennis Hirth is still in. Dr. Diacast. Esteban's still in. Jeremy B is still in. Jedi Mindset. Joe is obviously still in.
Oh.
Margarita Bill's still in. Matt's still in. Michael Mancini. Pake for Life. Preston, Phoenix. Oh, Steve's still hanging on. Steve Piccone hanging on. Treyfi also doing well with 4. Okay, all right. So I think everybody's still in, so let's keep going. And I'll just flip over. Anyway, so as you guys know, I mean, I've kind of switched off the Masterpiece collection and into Legend stuff. And this guy came in a couple weeks ago, and he's super awesome. I love this guy. Neat little little package from Newage. This alt mode's absolutely fantastic. We got a little too close there. Lots of nice details in the rivets and stuff. Right, this is all painted. They do really well with the painting, like the gray and the maroon. This is all painted. The details for the tracks and the wheels and stuff. One of the things I noticed right away is his barrel doesn't actually lock into place, so it does move in and out. It does lock into place in robot mode. You collapse it inside the main area here. But that was one of the things I was a little disappointed about. But otherwise, this guy is super, super cool. And let's just go ahead and get him transformed without breaking him. Transformation is actually pretty decent. Like, it's not overly complicated, which is nice. I'm starting to find the masterpiece stuff is really I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. Betty, shut up. But I'm just finding like masterpiece transformations now are just way too complicated. Probably doing this wrong. Forgive me. Why am I struggling with this part? There. Get these separated and rotated out. The legs are an interesting transformation. There's a lot of like 90-degree repositioning of stuff. And putting it back into robot mode, I find I struggle with, and I cannot tell you why I struggle with it so much, but I do. Part of it has to do with I keep forgetting that part rotates down. I will be doing a full review on this eventually, but for those of you who are here right now, this is a quick review of this guy. And there that goes there. This goes.
Rusty, we have a question.
Yes. What's the best transformer for a dog trainer to add to a collection? Hey, John, how's it going? You know what? Soundwave has Ravage, which is not a dog. He's actually a jaguar or a panther or something. So, you know, anybody got any suggestions for John? What's a good, like, John should get into Beast Wars then, right? He could collect Cheetor and Optimus Primal and who else? Waspinator. Waspinator. One of the silliest characters ever to make it into Transformers. Alright, there, the legs. Sheesh. Alright, then we'll pop up the head. Pop this up, pop in these two sides. So the transformation on these Newage figures always gets me. It's just smart stuff. There, get the back.
We're a little over halfway.
All right, keep going. Let's just run it down to 100 and then take a look and see who's really in this thing. Wow, I'm having a really hard time with this today, guys. I don't know what's wrong here. There we go. And then
That's another one for you, Rusty.
The wolf from Beast Wars. What's his name? Oh, wait, wasn't that Silverbolt? Was the wolf's name Silverbolt, or was that later that he became something else? Or that he became that wolf? I can't remember now. These arms out, get this back up here like that. There we go. Oh, and these, I always forget the tracks on this too. Tracks tuck in under his forearms. Like that. Sort of a mini right out of the box, if you will, for those of us familiar with the realm of collectors. Anyway, there he is in robot mode. Really well done on this face sculpt. The blue eyes, and they're really popping, the right lighting and stuff. But the details, even in the mask, right, he's got the lines on the other side of his mask, which in some of the episodes we actually saw light up blue as he was talking. So that's really neat. But again, like, that transformation is not overly difficult. Really good looking figure with lots of articulation. You know, arms spin all the way around. Oh, you do have to watch. You do have to watch that with the transformation. The pivot part of the arms actually pops out. So you just got to watch and make sure that you've got it all the way forward. This shoulder joint, I almost want to back this screw off because it seems like they're really, really tight for the shoulders, but I don't want to mess with a figure this size that much. We've got, you know, I mean, a double arm bend on a legend scale figure, like, come on, that's good stuff. Somebody's going to have to Google that, the name of that. You know what? I'm going to do it because now, Bill, you've piqued my interest. I don't remember the name of the wolf from Beast Wars. Should probably go to Google first. Beast Wars wolf. That's not right. Wolfang was a Predacon? No, that's not who we're thinking about, right? We're thinking about the Autobot? It's got to be Silverbolt. See, if Derek was on here, he'd know right away because he's a massive fan of this. Silverbolt. Fusor? Is that the other one we're thinking of? He was like an eagle and a wolf, but I think he started out as a wolf. Anyway. You'd think I would know this. I literally just watched Beast Wars, like, in the summer. He was Fusor. It was Silverbolt. Okay, thanks, Bill. I'm not completely insane. What would I do without you guys? Anyway, back to this guy. So, yeah, like, really, really good stuff with the New Age stuff, right? Like, we have, you know, leg swing forward, leg swing back, 90-degree knee bend. He does have an ab crunch, right? He's got the ab crunch. He's got the waist swivel. I've got the barrel out and I shouldn't. So the barrel actually tucks in. You got to make sure that it's straight. There we go. Barrel tucks in all the way like that. Yeah, like, even, right, there's even an ankle tilt going on for the feet. Some really good stuff. And he does come with, this is the other thing I like about New Age, is they're always giving us, I mean, for the most part, right? New Age has some of its issues in regards to selling us a figure with only one weapon and then selling us another repaint of the same figure with the other weapon, aka the Dinobots. Some of them came with a sword, some of them came with a gun, depending on which, you know, repaint you bought. But these blast effects that they keep including for us are really cool. And this one's a tank shell, right, being blasted out of his barrel, which of course just pegs in right there like that. It's a tight fit, I will tell you that, but it does look really, really neat. I love the orange and then the clear and then the dark for the round itself. Character named Noble. He was in Beast Machines. Another quick check. Yeah, Noble was the creature that, oh yeah, he was like a werewolf. He had a werewolf look to him in his regular mode, but then he kept, I wouldn't even say transform, it was almost like he was morphing into this beast. That Nightwing, who was the bat, right? The Autobot bat, kept hanging around or kept trying to take care of whatever. But that's who Noble was. Yeah, he was definitely a werewolf of some type that kept morphing into this other creature. Yeah. Yeah, like if you guys haven't watched Beast Wars, like go watch it. I know it's a bit of a different take on Transformers, but the storytelling is really, really good. Anyway, this is New Age's Warpath, aka Oddball. It's a very cool figure, guys. I love it. Cannot say enough about New Age, with the exception of, like I said, them doing these repaints constantly, right? They just don't. They will resell us as many different versions of the same figure as we are willing to plank out money for, and sometimes we're just suckers to that. I don't really know what to say. I'm not one to buy multiple repaints. I will tell you that I did do it once, and I had to because of this guy. Because the original Blaster that they sold us only had 2 of the tapes, and of course, as we know, Blaster came with 4, right? So I had to buy Twin Cast here, which came with the other 2 tapes, just so that I could complete that set of cassettes for Blaster. Which I still haven't opened this guy to actually look at him, so I can get the cassettes out. I probably should. I just keep getting distracted by things like raffles and stuff. Where are we at, Betty? What are we doing? How's things?
We are down to 139 entries.
139 entries? All right, let's keep at it. By the way, John, if you are familiar with the original cartoon, the Studio Series stuff, which has all of the characters from that original cartoon movie, I think would be my recommendation if you were going to start somewhere without spending a dump load of money or being way behind on the collection. You could do Masterpiece, but they are super expensive now. One of the reasons why I got on them. But yeah. What do you think, guys? Do you got any recommendations on where a new Transformers collector would start? Oh, Hound. That's a good one, Bill. Well done. Well done, sir. Well done. Yeah, Hound. Jeep mode. Absolutely. What are you laughing at?
Well, Better Dog just came up as we talked about Hound.
Oh, as we're talking about Hound and Better Dog comes up, that's very ironic. If you say Hound 3 times fast, then Better Dog gets eliminated. That's how that goes. All right. I'm just gonna flip back over here again. I'm also going to. What do I want to look at next? You know. Oh, you know what? I just got these guys. These just came in last week, and I haven't had a chance to open them yet. So I'm going to. Why don't we do that now? I don't even know what accessories are in here or anything. Another New Age. New Age. I might be a New Age fan, if you will. Which side of this did I just open? Oh my god. I'm a mess. Come on, box. I swear the boxes are getting harder to open too. I don't understand. Set of instructions. Oh, what do we got? A bag of accessories. What am I looking at? Oh, hold on. Get this out of the way. Bag of accessories. So we got extra hands. Oh, that's it? Just extra hands. John Cena turned heel. Your thoughts? Did he really? I have not. Oh my god, Anthony. Okay, hold on. I might have to get Anthony on here and he can tell us all about this because, what are you talking about? So in the Elimination Chamber match, what did he lose? Now I gotta look this up. Okay, where's my phone? Wow. I thought he was retiring. Like, does that even matter anymore? John Cena turns heel. Rock reveals what he said to John Cena after the heels. So The Rock was involved with that too? That's amazing. Interchanges are John Cena's heel turns per way to lose Cena. Interesting. So that's definitely a way to get people interested to watch, right? With the whole thing that they just started with Netflix and that, like that's the type of thing that'll make me turn it back on just to see, you know, what are they doing with that story and where are they going to take it. And I mean, it definitely opens up new opponents, right, for John to take on if he's going to have a contract with WWE for a while. Then, wow, that's he won and then turned heel. So who did he attack? Like, who did he take it out on after he won? Interesting. I like it. I like the idea. I like the concept. I think it's always fun when, if it's done right, anytime that we have like a super popular WWE persona, right, flip, just opens up all sorts of new aspects and avenues for that character. He took it out on Cody. Okay, all right, that's what I assumed. Yeah, okay. And I guess The Rock was there too to initiate all that. That would make sense. Yeah, if only Bobby Heenan were still alive. That's a good point. Paul Heyman might be able to fill in that spot though, I think. Wow, that's really interesting. Huh. All right, anyway, back to Transformers. Anthony, you distracted me for a good 5 minutes. What are we, 11 away from 100 there, Betty? Looks like.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's take a look at okay, let's get these accessories out of the way. Let's take a look at these guys. So this is Gears and I want to say Swerve. Yes, I keep thinking it's Tailgate, but it's not. Tailgate was Wind Charger, was the repaint, retool, whatever you want to call it, of Wind Charger. So I'll put Swerve over there. I'll take Gears out of the bag. There we go. Standard stuff for Newage, big giant pin in for the wheels. Some wheel details. It's nice. Looks like this is fully painted as well. That red really pops off the back of them. Wow. Neat. I don't remember the silver square on him, but anyway. Red on the bottom of the footrests. Blue translucent window all around. Stupid giant QC pass sticker on top. Yeah. That looks alright. Take a look at Swerve, see what he's like. Same thing.
And this is the last one. And now we're hitting 100.
100? Alright, let's take a quick look, see where we're at. All right, so Anthony's still in, John's still in from Better Dog, Dennis, oh, Dr. Diecast is almost out, Jeremy B's down to 2, Jedi Mindset's still in there, Joe's got a whole bunch still, Margarita Bill's down to 3, Matt's still in, Mike's still in, Pake's still in, Paxton's almost out, Phoenix, Steve Piccone still has 1. Jeremy was in there. Oh, is Pake out? No, Pake's still in there. Matt's still in there. Phoenix. Dennis Hirth is still in there. Somewhere at the top.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody's still in, except for Derek B. Moving on, please. Man. All right. While Betty is doing that, so it's too bad these are in. Right, I gotta switch the camera again. It's too bad these are in alt mode because I haven't actually transformed them yet. So be able to take a look at them in robot mode. Wonder how long it would take me. Where's the instructions? Because it doesn't look like it's an overly complicated. I know you guys are probably laughing at me now. You're like, you use instructions, Rusty? Yes, I suck at positional displacement. There's a fancy word for everybody. Let's take this off first. Because these are... Does this make anybody else think that these are just made by Fans Toys, by the way? Like, not the QC sticker, but Newage is some iteration of Fans Toys. Is that a conspiracy theory that holds any water?
You have another recommendation for John.
Do we? There's an old G1 Autobot plane named Dogfight. There's another one for the dog guy. There you go, John. You're getting lots of recommendations from people. All right. Oh, look, he's got a sunroof. It was underneath the sticker. I didn't even notice. All right, this says to lift this up. How? Anybody else had this guy? How come I can't get this open? Wow. Everybody watching Rusty struggle live on the air. Holy cow, that was tight. Oh, I needed a spudger to get that to pop. There. Wow. Those two big tabs there holding that in. Okay. And then flip these down. Oh my god, this is oof. Okay, there's some tight joints happening here, guys. Wow. Oof. And then rotate these down. Oh, rotate them out. How? Huh. This is like this. Well, I'm really not getting this at all, guys. This is embarrassing. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna check that out later. I'll do an actual proper review video of that later. I'm feeling too much pressure. I can't do it. Hey, buddy. Speaking of dogs, my dog just wandered in here and booped me with his snoot. He's like, "Hey, Dad, pay attention to me." You know what? Let's take a look at something that I think is super duper awesome. And I'm going to give a shout out to Ages 3 and Up again for setting me up with this guy. If you guys don't have this guy yet, you should probably go get him because he's just too awesome. It's the Drift character from the IDW comics imagined as a G1 car. I don't think that NA is FT, but definitely get where you're coming from. They're both the best, but yeah, no, Doc agreed. The Magic Square stuff is really good too, honestly. from the few experiences that I've had with them for the legend scale stuff. But I do still prefer the New Age stuff. It is just really, really good. Anyway, speaking of things that are really, really good, I'm going to adjust this camera. There we go. So let's just take this top lid off too. Get that out of the way. And I'm going to take the swords out before they fall out of the box. And we'll pop him out. So this is MMC's Ocular Max Infinite Finite line. And this is their second one, so this is IF-02, but essentially this is, you know, basically them reimagining. It's almost like a what if line, right? Because I think IF-1 was what if Galvatron was a fembot, which I thought was kind of odd, and I didn't really, you know, it didn't really show any interest for me at all. But this is a really cool idea, right? So this is what if Drift was a Carbot, right? What if it was part of the original Arc crew from the G1 series? And MMC, again, has just done a phenomenal job with this figure. There's so many points of articulation on this. This thing is painted from top to bottom, all the white, all the black, the silver accents, the gold accents. The only parts on them that I've noticed that aren't painted are the red. The red parts are just red molded plastic, but it does still look really, really good. But the red here is actually painted. Again, like, you know, these silver parts, his face sculpt is absolutely spot on. Head sculpt is amazing. Lots of nice details. Red pinstriping, the horns, right? The points on the back of the head. Gold accents in the crown, right? The venting on the side. Just some really, really, really cool stuff. There's even paint on the back, which I thought was interesting, that they even went as far as to put any paint details on the back. So all these silver areas are actually painted in his back. Now, this does come in the box with the chest plate like this, and you can actually, and I think I actually prefer this way. But you can actually flip this around because this detail matches the detail that's in his hips in that, as opposed to just the top of the hood. This does look cleaner, but I just find that this seems to fit in with the actual design of the figure as well. One of the other things with this too, if you do get him, is his ab sides, his ribs, I guess, are actually tucked in the box, so you can open all this up. Just open this up, and you kind of have to do a few things. These are the seats, so you want to flip those down and then separate the windshield from the neck. You can rotate the shoulders out just to get them out of the way, and then that lets you get in here to flip. Well, I guess I'll use the spudger after all.
We're down on the final 50, Rusty.
Down to the final 50. All right, let's take a look here in a second. Let me just get this out here like that. And then if you fold everything back together, keeping in mind that if you do this, there's a little tab that's in here that the windshield hooks into. So you just want to make sure that the windshield gets in behind that white plate and hook everything together like that. Again, I'm going to flip this around just because I like that look better. And then if we put the shoulders back in, then you'll see now he's got some rib cage definition there as well. But this is an absolutely phenomenal figure, guys. I don't know where MMC is going with this line, to be honest, but it is a really, really amazing figure. Lots of articulation. Anyway, let's take a look at where we're at there, Betty. What have we got going on?
We're down to 43.
43, okay. All right, so Anthony's still in, John's still in, Dennis still has one entry, Sanjay's almost toast, Jedi's almost toast, Joe, wow, Joe, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 entries left for Joe after 100. Oh my goodness. Margarita Bill, our winner from last month, is still in, Matt's still in, Mike's still in, Paik is still in, Phoenix, Steve Picconi's one entry is still in, Trey5 still has his one, Steven X. Does that mean, has anybody been eliminated yet? Is Paik still in there? Paik has 2.
Paik's still in there.
Michael Mancini, still in there. Oh, Paxton Westergaard is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Paxton Westergaard has been eliminated. Okay, Dennis Hirth.
Yeah, he's got
still
one
has one in there. All right. So we've had one elimination so far. Unfortunately, Paxton has been eliminated. So let's keep going. We're almost there. Yeah, so Anthony, I was actually talking to both Ages 3 and Up and Toy Dojo, and I don't know what's going on with their shipments, but they haven't received them yet. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how they got my copy to me so early. I've had a bunch of people ask me, how did you get yours already? And I will tell you, it was a favor from Ages 3 and Up that they shipped it to me just because they wanted me to do some videos and get some promos out for them. And that was the only way I got it. I would suggest they probably have their connections back overseas and they were able to get one shipped directly to me. But I know that they are still waiting on their shipments to come in, so I don't know what's going on with that. But it's, again, Paik has done a video, Sony at Team Reviews has done a video, and I have mine. Also, Ben's Collectibles did a video review as well. Again, I think we all agree it's just an outstanding figure. The accessories are really neat. Actually, I didn't even show those off. The weapons storage is so well thought out. I'll just show that real quick, right? So these accessories, do that. Sorry, give me one sec, guys. There we go. So these accessories, like this sword detail is just awesome. Right, all completely painted, matching the details in the figure. The two smaller swords, right, and they can be stored in his doors, right? So they can actually fit in his doors here, like that. They can also be stored on the back. There's pegs here on the back that the smaller sword pegs into. Oops, I got it backwards. Come on. There we go. All right, so it just pegs into the back like that. The larger sword actually goes, there's this spring-loaded mechanism here if you pull down on, that will release this. And then the sword can fit straight down through the back here. So you end up getting that samurai with my swords on the back look to him. Just well thought out stuff. And then when he's transformed into his alt mode, into his car mode, all of this still works for the weapon storage for the two smaller swords. And then the larger sword will actually, if you put that back down, the larger sword actually breaks into 3 components: the handle, the center hilt, and this to store into different areas underneath the car mode. So again, just MMC just showing off their thoughtfulness, their engineering qualities. Everything about this figure just blows me away every time. I can't help but look at it, play with it, manipulate it. You know, there's this double butterfly thing happening here. Standard, you know, stuff with the shoulders. Double elbow bend. Waist, there's a waist swivel. Right, there's an ab crunch.
25 left, Rusty.
25 left, leg movement. Knee goes 90 degrees, ankle tilt, toe tilt. Like, it's just, you know, this is on a ball joint. Just amazing stuff. All right, let's take a look at these last few entries, see who's going to win this. Do that. All right, we have a list on screen. Nah, just keep going. Don't worry about it. If you see your name on the screen, you're still in. Steven 7X is out, and I think that might... No, he's still got one more in there. I can see it. Yeah. All right, we're getting down there. Oh, is that Dennis's last? Oh, it was Matt. Oh my God, right on the line. Okay. Matt got eliminated. Matt still got one more. Okay. John from Better Dog again. John, thank you very much. Thanks for hanging out, Paik. Appreciate you. All right, down to 18, 17. John again. Still got a few more in there. Margarita Bill still hanging in there. Phoenix still hanging in there. Dennis Hertz still hanging in there. Joe loses another entry. Wow. Joe has 2 entries left out of 100. Joe has 1 entry left out of 100. Man. Absolutely crazy. Oh, Trey, I think that's it, buddy. I think you are done. Trey is out. Jedi Mindset. Jedi Mindset is out now too. John from Better Dog. We are down to 11. 11 entries. Is that it? Is Joe done?
Joe's done.
Joe is toast. After 100 entries, Joe is gone.
Final 10.
Final 10. Dennis is now gone. Thank you, Dennis, for your support. Joe, you too, buddy. Thank you very much. Who we got? Matt Hurd. Matt has been eliminated. If Margarita Bill wins against this month, this is going to be a conspiracy. This will not go down well. Will not go down well. John from Better Dog. So John has 2 entries left. Okay. We still have Phoenix, Steven 7X, Sanjay, Dr. Diecast, Anthony Brown hanging out in the chat with me. I'm assuming Dr. Caligari. No, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, what do we got? Margarita Bill, Dr. Diecast, Steven 7X, Phoenix, and Better Dog. Okay, Margarita Bill has been eliminated. All right, so the conspiracy is ended. Phoenix.
Nice one, John.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Steven 7X is out. What are we down to?
Dr. Diecast.
Oh, Dr. Diecast or John? Okay. All right, 50-50. Who's going to win it? The non-transforming collector or one of the most predominant people in the transforming community today? And it's John from Better Dog. I don't have to pay for shipping. Congratulations, John. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you to everybody for your support. Congratulations. Yes, Bill, I was also hoping there wasn't going to be a conspiracy. You were right in there, Anthony. Yes, well done, sir, for the number of entries that you put in, considering everything that was going on. Again, thank you very much, everybody, for your support. This has been beyond my expectations as to where this was going to end up. Now, John, if you're still in the chat, please, by all means, do you know which figure that you want? Are you going to keep us in suspense? Can I let Dr. Diecast know which figure he might be able to get? Do you want all 4? I guess we'll figure that out. Thank you, Paik, as well for jumping in again. Thanks to everybody for hanging out. I hope I was somewhat entertaining while we watched this wheel spin. Awesome, John. Thank you very much. I will reach out to you right after this, and we'll figure out which figure that you want to take, and I will let everybody know on Facebook. You can keep an eye on my Facebook page. I'll let you guys know what the results were, which figure John picked, which ones are still left for the runners-up, and we will go with that. You know what, John? Maybe the next time that you come over to the house, you can take a look at them and you can pick which one you want. And we'll go from there. What else was going to do? Right. Okay. So again, guys, thank you very much. All of this is towards Kennedy's Village, reshaping sickle cell. Basically, again, a nonprofit organization. It is owned by Eric B., one of my co-hosts from the Do You Even Transform Bro podcast on the Realm of Collectors, as well as Derek B., who's another co-host. Both of their daughters, they do suffer from this disease. And Eric's nonprofit organization, Kennedy's Village, which is named after his daughter that has the disease. They are doing work to try to help bridge that gap between research and care of sickle cell disease to try to help fight win the fight against this disease in finding a cure. So that's where where this raffle is going. Again, as I said, it's 50% of the proceeds are going towards Kennedy's Village. The other half, of course, is just to cover off the cost of the figure itself, right? So all the extra money that we get is a bonus for them every time. And I will tell you this month that with all of those entries, they got $181.50 that I sent to them this morning. So again, thank you very much, everybody. Super appreciative of all the support from the community. Eric B. as well has said on a number of occasions he thanks you guys for all of your support. It is amazing how a community can come together in support of an organization like this. So again, I'm very humbled that this idea that I had just to try to help out some friends of mine, some brothers of mine in the community has been so successful. So I can't say enough to everybody. We're going to do it again this month, obviously. I just need to figure out exactly what I'm going to give away for next month. I have been thinking about DX9 Blitzwing Gestalt, I think he's called. There's also MP60 Jinrai and MPG-09 Super Jinrai that just came out, so I think I might grab those and throw them up. If anybody has any ideas or suggestions that they think should be in the raffle for this month, please go ahead and hit me up on Facebook or any of your other social media platforms. Message me and let me know what your thoughts are and what you guys want to see. I'm totally open to anything at this point, and in the next few days, I'll post some details up on my Facebook page as to what it is that's going to be given away for this month. So with all that being said, again, guys, I thank you very, very much. I am the Rusty Mechanic, and we'll see you next time.